Though, what's up, everybody? Top of the noon? Well, it's almost noon. Top of the almost noon, still morning technically, but top of the almost noon, still morning. Welcome to Facts of Life, the podcast. You know you rock with the homie D's. And today's a great day. Today's a beautiful, productive day. We're gonna say that productive day, but I definitely wanna say I got a little special, something in here. Now I'm gonna be real with y'all. We had the same person just like on a past episode. I don't know if you've been following everything, but it's been so good that it's like, when something's good, you just gotta like, I want to do that again. Like, you ever go on a ride and you're like, I like that ride so much, I want to just like, let's try it again, and this time I want to open up my eyes or close my eyes, or you just want to try to do something a little different just to give you a little bit of a different thrill, even though you're like, I know it's going to be a great and amazing, but let me try it out again. That's kind of like how I feel about any time I sit and talk with this person, you know what I mean? Because it's like, when you think of like things that you want to do, things you want to build off of, and things like that, it's like you got to find stability within people sometimes, I think. Like, and that's my opinion, and when I say that, I mean, like, you gotta find people that's not like, oh yeah, you're right. You gotta find people that kind of like challenge your thought or your perspectives and things like that. But without further ado, this is my dreamer consultant. This is like my, like, in a sense, like of a peer mentor, and things like that. Because it's like me and this person build off of each other constantly. Like, it's actually now it's been more constant than anything. Like, but this is my boot camp Brian. Yeah. This is Brian Lyons.
What's up?
You feel me? What's up with you, man?
You already know what I'm about to say, man.
Definitely welcome back. Yeah, give us, what's the slogan? Welcome back.
Another day in paradise, better than yesterday, worse than tomorrow, man.
That part.
That's all.
That part.
That's all.
And I gotta ask you, because first and foremost is what we gotta do. How are you feeling today?
Amazing.
How you feeling right now?
Great. Man, my Sunday, my favorite day of the week. You.
Why you say that?
I was born on a Sunday. But beyond that, because obviously I was too young to experience that event, right? But I don't know. It's something about, we talked about it earlier, about momentum. And I feel like, Sunday's a good day to get momentum, Whether it's going to be a rest day for you, like, you can still gain momentum in a rest day if you set yourself up. If you make sure that you get problem out sleep on a Sunday and you set up for the week, that's important. You know what I'm saying? It don't even got to be like, oh, you did that much. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's a very, very important day, and I always make sure my energy is right on Sunday. It's the beginning of the week. It's the first day of the week. It's how we start things off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and most of the time, most of us, we enjoy our Saturdays, right?
You said Sunday the beginning of the week?
Yeah.
Some people say Monday the beginning of the week.
I mean, I'm not going to dispute, what you feel is the beginning of the week. What I found is this. Like, whatever you feel like the beginning is, if you ain't ready before the beginning, it's not the beginning.
There we go. Let's talk about it.
Right? Because, like, it's like what happened to us the other day in the gym, right? We got to the gym before it opened. We was not nearly the first car in the parking lot.
At all.
Right?
At all.
Parking lot full of people sitting in their car warm, right? Waiting for the gym
fact,
to open.
we were actually appreciating that as we were riding up.
I did. I was like, yo, I'm just happy that so many other people are committed to be here right before the gym opens to make sure they here. Like, get their day started off right on the day that the gym started off late. So, but what happened? The gym opens up. We all get out the car. But what we did was we made sure we had our membership scan ready, everything like that, so we could just move flow.
And it was cold as fuck, too.
It was cold. We was like, we ain't trying to stand on the bus. So let me put this on so I can put the gloves on. That's what I said, right? So just so we can get in. And all the people who got out the car before us held the door open for us and all that. They in the gym before us, fumbling with their membership. That's silly. And sometimes that's how life works. You done took all the steps to make it work. But you didn't just do the intangibles that could have just made you more prepared for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, had you just thought about it in your car, you was sitting, you was here early. Had you just thought about it to just get it on your phone, ready so you can just spoop, scan it right in, get to go in the gym, you would have been steps that you would have just flow. It would have flowed for you. You know what I'm saying? And it would have caused less resistance. And as humans, we don't like resistance. And it's not a way you can avoid resistance forever. It's impossible. But if you're more prepared for your day when resistance does come, you're agile. You're able to, you know what I'm saying? You're able to maneuver through it in a better way because you have an overall objective. So you might say, all right, well, this is going to set me behind, right? All right, cool. This is some unfortunate shit. It's about to set me behind, right? But is it going to set me behind in a way that's going to kill all my day's objectives? And if the answer is no, who gives a fuck? It's automatically about to roll up your back. You're like, all right, well, let me just deal with this shit real quick. Get right back to the... Because I know what I got to do today. Like, and that's why I think it's so important to plan that. That's why,
yo, not to cut you off real quick, but it's like, that's why I asked that question on how are you feeling, because it's like, that shit run deep, like, you see?
Yeah.
And it's like, I be wanting people to understand you got to sit and have that conversation and listen to people.
And yourself.
Right?
You know, but you got to talk the truth to yourself in order to listen to yourself.
Because today's episode too, just to throw this out there, let everybody know, because we're gonna get on we just going straight into everything today, but it's called My Reality, and to bring in my reality, how are you feeling? It's crazy how that ties into it a lot.
Yeah. So I learned from a couple of different people. One of my mentors, Kwasi, you can find him on YouTube. Also through different type of books. You know, Vadim Zealand in his book Reality Transurfing, steps 1 through 4. I found that we can control reality, and so when you ask me how I'm doing, it's like I create that. Like I don't think people understand that. Like, you know, so I think how most of us go through the world is we wake up, we look at reality, or we look at what's in front of us, right? Not understanding the world is a mirror, right? Not understanding that the world is a mirror, it's a reflection of what you give it. And people don't understand that. And so they wake up, they look at their environment, right? And then they use their environment to determine how they're feeling, right? And so what happens is you start this circle effect, right? And this is what I've learned. Like, so you wake up, right? And you see your environment, and let's say your environment is shitty, because we all right now, we're trying to be better, right? Like, we all coming from someplace, you know what I'm saying? And no matter where you coming from or where you at right now, we all still want to be better, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? So let's say you wake up and you're in an undesirable habitat, whatever, your environment's low, your finances are low, right? You use that to create what's how you feel about the day, right? You say, well, look, how could I feel good? You know what I'm saying? I don't got no money in the bank. Look where I'm living. You know what I'm saying? And so when you do that, you create evidence for your brain to be like, okay, cool, that makes sense. That's logical, right?
That sounds sufficient enough.
But what we don't understand is that we control reality. So what you just did was you made it make sure that that's how you felt. And so the world said, sure, here's more. Because what did they say in the Bible? You are asking, you shall receive. We're always at the beck end because we're creators, regardless of whether we're aware of that or not. And so the goal is to be a deliberate creator. So you can create masterpieces like all the great artists we know, the Van Goghs, right? Like that's the whole premise of it. But if you don't know your creator, you don't even think about getting to the masterpiece. You're just too busy looking at the canvas, not realizing you created it, right? And so you go through that loop. All right, so boom, you know what I'm saying? You see your surroundings, you don't like it, right? And now it causes you to feel bad, you know what I'm saying? So you feel bad, and then life gives you more bad shit to submit, because you're never gonna look dumb. You ever been looking for something and you have it in your hand, Why does that happen?
We do that. How many times we do that with our phones?
Why does that happen?
My phone?
It happens because your brain is never trying to put you in a position to make you look dumb. It never wants to, because once you solidify that, it's now manifested.
Yeah.
It never wants you to feel like, oh, I'm dumb. Yeah, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell you. Somebody else got to tell you, right? But that's besides the point. So now your brain goes, okay, shit's bad. You feel bad. You're giving out low vibes. Mm-hmm. What you give out comes back tenfold. Mm-hmm. So now what you get back? Low vibes. Mm-hmm. Then you get those low vibes. You go to sleep. You wake up. Shit's 10 times worse than once. Yesterday to tomorrow, and then here's that cycle, right? And so when you ask me how I'm doing, I go right back to that loop because I've learned that the only way to intercede that loop is that you to understand that you control your reality, right? Mm-hmm. And when you do that, you start determining how you feel, and they gives that back to you. And then that's what
answer is more relevant, or not even more relevant. The answer is more clear for.
Well, because you determined.
Because you determined it, you know exactly.
Because the same situation, I don't want to. Because people are gonna be like, "Well, how do you determine it?" But well, it's all about your objective or perception, right? Like the same situation we just talked about, we're gonna bring it back to the same situation. So you zero money in the bank, right? You don't like your situation. You don't like your habitat situation, your living situation. You got to go to work. You don't like where you work. Cool. What's the bright side? You woke up from an 8 hours, at least an 8 hour slumber, right? Your heart was beating the whole time. You're breathing. You know what I'm saying? You're alive. What it takes to be alive. You have another chance at the opportunity. That's real shit, right? Correct?
That's a
Am I
fact.
lying? Okay, so on top of that, if it rained last night, you didn't get rained on because no matter how much you don't like this shelter, you had shelter.
Yeah.
You fucking warm. Right? This is real shit, right? All right, cool. You don't got no money in the bank, but you going and you don't like the job, but you going. You have a job,
and you have that place to go. You
right?
can get up and go.
Right. And so all of these things you can look at as a blessing and say, listen, I'm not nearly. And here's the thing: I'm forever thankful, but I'm never content. You know, that's how I live my life. I'm forever thankful. I'm thankful for everything I have, but I'm never content because I understand that there's abundance, and I'm not gonna go to the ocean with a spoon.
Exactly. Yo, so listen, that kind of like, so some people, because I like to break things down too. We got to break things down. Again, in my opinion, and when people think of reality, like, you know, a lot of this stuff, I'm gonna tell you is from like even the word I'm gonna give you the definition of reality.
Dictionary
first.
definition.
Right.
Okay.
This is the Oxford Languages definition of reality. And it says, the world or the state of things as they actually exist, as opposed to an idealistic or notational ideal of them. Now wait, some of us might get caught up on idealistic or notational.
I got caught up on actually.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but I'm just saying some words like, so I like to break it down.
Please.
A lot of us, I think, we know what it actually means, or so. What is idealistic?
Well, idealistic is the ideal. So you know when you have the ideal of something, you're utopia, and that's the crazy thing that they put that in the definition because it's a idealism is reality. It's what we call the extremists.
Right.
Like it's so crazy that's, you know, an idea is like so ideal is like, so you could want it one way.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, go ahead,
Wait. No. You
good. I don't want to cut you off. You right.
No, you good. I'm not saying, and I'm not. You good, but we gotta break it down a little bit more. I like what you. Let's break it down.
Okay.
Let's break it down a little bit more. So like, again, on Google.
Okay. You looked at my
if a person,
ideal?
Yeah,
okay.
Listen. On Google, you're not wrong at all. Nothing like that. We're gonna take a shot to this. Everybody, you got one. Let's take a shot because we're gonna get. This is like this is nitty
Nooks
gritty.
and crannies at the top of the English muffin. You heard?
And we might as well let's talk about it. So we're gonna take a shot real quick.
Absolutely.
Salud. Definitely salud. We're gonna take our shot. We took our shot to that. So it's like, if you go on there, idealistic, right, means and it's not saying that you didn't. It's saying unrealistically aiming for perfection.
Absolutely. That's why I brought into the example of the extremists.
So,
that's a definition. That's a clear-cut
definition. That's a clear-cut definition because extremists is still like people got their own
exact idea of what an extremist is.
So
For
idealistic. Let's
right.
Simple. I think that's you.
But see, and yes, and but remember what we talked about yesterday about doesn't change the fact that we should not aim for that angelic as an individual.
Yeah.
Amongst whatever going on in society.
No,
you know
that's
what I'm
fact.
saying? Because we're probably never. That's why idealistic is kind of crazy because you're probably never. That's why it's the idea. It's like an ideal way of thinking, but that's not real. Right?
It's like you're
because
saying,
realistically, everyone would have to be aligned on that same. What's the chances of 8 billion people?
And that's the thing though. But that's the reality of it. The reality is saying like, I'm going to take what's really happening right now in my existence, and this was gonna be. I'm not gonna be like, well, this could. I'm not living my life off of like this could like. For instance, you ever grow up right? And I always say like people be like, now you just gotta pray. Like, and this is no, like, understand, this is it's nothing against no religions or anything like this.
No, this is just open thoughts and how I feel,
and my thoughts and how I feel. So like, sometimes people say, oh, nah, well, I just prayed about it and I hope God, like, or I hope whatever, I hope it go right? Mm-hmm. I hope it go right. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what else though? So it's like, so you just. You
know what's crazy about that?
You just put hope. So you just say I pray, and I just.
Yeah, hope. You know what's crazy about that?
What really happened? What all did you really do to make this?
And it's crazy because I'm not a really religious person, but I want to talk on that real quick because it's like, yo, it's so true, right? And it's like it's something that's been like kind of embedded within my life, you know, and it's like someone's telling you step 1 to something that's 3 or 4 steps.
Let's talk
about.
That's
That's really what it is. Like, and it's not like so like. The energy you send out to, remember I just told you, whatever you give the world, it's going to give you back. It's a reflection. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is when people, this is what the problem with is. People look at the reflection of the world and try to change things in a mirror instead of change. Like if you look at your reflection and you don't like the way it looks, like if you look at your reflection and you're not smiling, right? Mm-hmm. And you wanted to smile, would you go touch the mirror and try to make your face smile?
Right. Yeah.
That's how people treat the world.
Right.
It's always the inner, and what you give out is what you're going to give back. And so what you just said right now, like cemented that. Like so when you pray, it's not that it's not you're supposed to pray. Of course you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to ask from the universe because it's abundant and it's going to give you a way to get what you need, right? But 2 things: how you doing all this talking to the all and don't listen?
And don't listen.
So if you don't pray, if you don't meditate after you pray, how do you receive it? When are you in reception mode?
What's the action?
That should change my whole.
What's the action?
That should change my whole life because it was like, you gotta look at it like this. Everyone needs a coach, and whatever you're doing, like, not even like you gotta go out and get a life coach. Some people may need that, some people may not, but everyone needs someone that's doing a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Whether you gonna get that from books, mentorship. To help you out a little bit,
right. To
condense the time it takes you to learn certain shit, so you don't make certain missteps, you know, and you should welcome that, right?
Because we don't know everything.
Exactly, and so to that premise, it's
we
like
always learn and gain knowledge,
right? Like, and so to that premise, if the Almighty, whatever you call it, him or her, whatever you call it, right? Mm-hmm. If that's the coach, how you gonna get the play-by-play if you won't listen?
Exactly.
You could ask. He got it, or he, she, whatever. They have the answers, right?
Right. And so, you know that. But the thing is, a lot of times people know that. Mm-hmm. People know that. You say, but this is my whole point of saying this is because a lot of times your parents or whoever said that to you because they know that if they put this out and manifest it and put this out,
but they don't.
But they don't. Listen. They know, you're right, they know, but they don't because you know that they don't because they're not giving you anything more. Exactly. They're just giving you just what was the part that they call. Like it's like if I tell you if you reading a book or we reading a book and it's a book is being read out loud to us, right? Like a lot of when we went to grade school, right?
Right.
They say popcorn reading, right? Right. I ain't know that everybody call that shit. So, popcorn reading, right? So you do popcorn reading, right? So on popcorn reading when it's a break too, and it says, so what did you take from this?
Right.
It's kind of like they're telling you, well,
you gotta.
This is what I took from. They just anytime, even when we conversing, right?
Yeah.
When we converse, even when you telling me about, like you just said, like, again, definitely look up if you wherever you get your books or whatever you do your booking and all that. And I ain't talking about taking no flights and all that. I'm talking about, and if we talking about flights, I'm talking about to a cloud on a different level of mental and all that. Different plane. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about it, but like, definitely look into reality transurfing steps 1 through 5. It looked like steps 1 through 5.
So that in this book right here, the Emerald Tablet of the Herms and
definitely that's my next, like when you say on your book club, like that's my next book to read and get into. But it's like what real quick, I'm gonna let you get your thought off. But real quick, it's like if it's no, and it's not saying that whoever said that to you, you don't not see them as some value. It's just like you need more, and they just can't and they not giving you more. So it's like you got to go off to question and get.
And it doesn't have.
So it's like
it's not. And I want to make this clear because this is something I struggle with. It's not based on love. Like understand that some people can't give you what they don't have. People can't give you what they don't have. Period. So someone you love can want to give you everything in the world, but like if you need lemons and they only have oranges, they can't help you. And you just have to search that. It doesn't mean you can't love them. It doesn't mean anything. You know, you gotta question everything because your premise of belief is what makes you who you are, and that's important. And you shouldn't. And everyone is giving you advice based on their experience, and then you got to be aware of that. And like as a parent, I'm ultra aware of that. Like when I'm talking to my kids about their things and something that they like and something that they find interesting, I'm ultra aware that I shouldn't put my perspective so much on it because I wasn't where they are in this age of technology, right? In their family, I grew up with both parents in my household. Unfortunately, you know, me, and I have 2 kids from 2 different moms, right? So I had brothership, kinship, things that they only experience when they're on my behalf, right? And so like my perspective of the world is going to be completely different from theirs, and that's okay. And my job is to nurture and guide them through that with just giving them the basic laws, and that's what this story of the Kabbalion is, which is the basic laws of the universe, what controls everything, and then letting them figure it out, and only just making sure it's like teaching someone how to ride a bike. My job is just to make sure you don't fall either way too far, right? But not to put my impression on you, and it's not about what I want from you out of life. This is your life to live.
This is your life to live. It's just like when I said to, like when we was talking about earlier, like I said, like my godmom, like one thing that she always taught me, and that I promise you, when she taught me this, I was young. I was probably like 12, maybe 11. You feel me? So, and now I'm like, I'll keep it a bug. I'm 32 now. So it's like, to take all of them years of this is the same thing that I still refer back to and place it into everybody, right? Not even just what she was, the reason why she was telling me this. You feel me? When I know the reason. So it's like, one thing she said is like, if you teach, if you treat people how they should be, then you'll help them become who they ought to be.
Yeah, you help them grow.
So it's like, if I take that time to like, I see that, and I get it. You can't save the world. It's not about saving the world. I'm talking about like individuals, like the ones that we encounter. Like even for instance, for me, for you and I. So it's like, you take that shit and you take it and you gotta cherish it for what it is and what it the help put more water in it. You gotta nurture it. You gotta go out.
But in order to do that, I think a lot of people miss the first step, which is meeting it where it is. Meeting it where it is. That's the first step. You do have to treat it how it needs to be. But in order to do that, you have to meet it where it is. And what that takes is tolerance and empathy, man. Like
most definitely. That's what I was getting ready to say. That's what I was just getting ready to say. It takes it's kind of like on the last thing we was talking about, like with, like so, like even like the love for it. You know what I mean? Because remember, we was even saying like love doesn't just mean on a a romantic type of
no,
romance.
no.
It's just saying like
Love
on a
is-
loving for like.
So
it's
when we get to eventually, because when you read this book, I know you're gonna want to eventually do topics about the general principles, right? And so the last general principle is the principle of gender, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people don't. I think like a lot of people don't really understand the beauty with the English language, which is why a lot of other people who are learning English struggle with it. It's because English was like this. What they did, they said, "Listen, we're gonna have you could take any root word and you can add." So you can take a root word from Greek, you can take a root word from different origins, right? And add certain prefixes and suffixes to it and create words that mean things, right? And that's powerful. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that's really, really, really powerful. So it's important that we understand what we're trying to create, what language we're using. You know what I'm saying? To get to the nitty gritty, and communication being so irreplaceable, that is what constructs our humanity. You know what I'm saying? The volume of that vocabulary and the words meaning such things. So I was getting back to the principle of it, the principle of gender. Let's break that word down, right? The law of principle of gender. It's not just talking about sexes. You see, GEN is a prefix.
Let's talk about. Go ahead. Yo, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
So
if you're not tuning the fuck in, you better get tuned the fuck in. Let's talk about it.
GEN
Break
is a
it down.
prefix. So let's think about first, in order to get you to get because I want you to get the meaning and context, because without that, it doesn't even matter, right? So let's think about any other place that GEN is in any other English word, right? Gender, generation, general, right? And so the prefix meaning is creation. That's like generosity. And it's like the prefix is to create, right? And it's the to be generous. Care is the creating factor of everything. Everything comes out of love. Everything created comes out of love. Everything created comes out of love. And that's the beautiful thing about the world, because we don't all love the same shit. Right? So like if we look around a room, any room you look around, you'll see things around you, right? You'll see desk, maybe a bed, maybe a TV, maybe an entertainment center, right?
Right.
Now I ask you this question. Can any of those things be ever made without someone thinking about it, imagining it, and loving it?
You said, can anything be
Can any of those things be made without
no.
someone imagining it, thinking about it, and loving it?
It's no way.
So everything ever that's generated comes out of care, out of love. So love is everything.
But that's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. Like with the whole, that's the thing when you break down reality, right? So like, remember what I said about idealistic, right? And then word notation, right? Notational means existing only in theory or as a suggestion or idea. So now listen, what I like to do when I take words and I break them down, I like to take it back. We're gonna take it somewhat back to grade school.
Right.
We're gonna go back and we're gonna read the whole thing was what does
all
reality mean,
yeah.
right? Now it says the world or the state of things as they actually exist, as opposed to an unrealistic aiming for perfection or existing only in theory or a suggestion or idea. So it's exactly what you said. So it's like if I'm not taking what's actually existing and I'm taking it and putting it down and making it what it is.
But the things about and you're right. But this is the key theory about it, because you'll find evidence to skew what's actually existing either way you feel.
What do you mean?
Like we just talked about earlier, like how I gave the example about the same premise, the same habitat, the same $0 in the bank. How you look at it though is what makes it real.
Oh, that's a fact.
Right, so it's not. So
but
it's
no,
not
that's
actually.
what I'm saying. So it's like, it's saying like you're
but
not taking.
both things actually exist.
What you mean? Both
The
things
person
actually-
who's looking at it from a negative skew is not lying.
Oh no.
There is $0 in the
Is
bank.
It is $0 in the
It is a
bank.
fucked up. Right, so that's the important to me key factor, because to know it is to know like, okay, cool. Yeah, reality is what but to know that you're in charge of it.
But that's okay. So that's what we was about to say. No. So my whole point is, let's break down Exactly. So if we know what reality means and what it is, because that's what we gotta. You and I both, we already understand and we already agree.
That's true. That's true.
You feel me?
That's true.
Some people that's listening may not, you know what I mean, understand and agree.
Right. And we need space
so we
for
gotta
everyone's
understand.
growth.
Yeah, we gotta.
We don't want to feel.
We gotta. We
don't want to
we
make
kind of
anyone
gotta
feel
like.
anybody feel
We gotta
excluded.
make sure that everybody understand where we got our growth from.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
now we talking on different, and it is some people who's already. I feel you.
Even higher.
Everybody who's already right here, where you like, no, keep it going. I feel you. But
we still have
gotta
to
be
make it inclusive.
realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta be
I like what
realistic.
you did there. Yeah.
You feel me?
With reality, absolutely.
We gotta bring reality into
and know that everyone's still not there.
Everyone's still not there,
And that's okay.
And our purpose is to help self development, right?
Exactly.
Because that's that's the point of this whole thing is like
the key to the self development is not comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10.
You can't.
Because then you're gonna get fucked up. You're gonna feel
whatever's meant for you is gonna be for you. It's up to you.
Absolutely.
That's the whole point. My reality. It's up to me.
Your reality.
When I want to go ahead and if I say to you, yo, if for instance we talked about this, right? I'm glad this came right back. We go out the gym, and a lot of times you go ahead and refer to gym because right now that's like a lot of our personal like. That's we sharing with you our personal time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We actually telling you the most time we spend together.
Yeah.
So it's like now
the
gym is a lot of like the gym is for real.
Yeah.
It ain't no you can't bullshit. We watch sometimes we watch bullshit. No, Boot Camp Brian won't. Nah, Boot Camp Brian. This is why I'm telling you, Boot Camp Brian. You feel me? If you need somebody that need it, and this the thing we watch. So it's like when you can't bullshit what's real.
No.
You can't bullshit reality.
Everyone
so now,
feel it. We have an authenticity meter.
Yeah.
Everyone has it. You feel when someone's putting it on too strong.
Yeah,
you're like,
nah.
This may not be what this person is making it seem to be. They might be fluffing this shit up a little bit.
It's like what I say. I use the analogy, and I'm gonna get back to what I was saying. But it's like when I use the analogy when you go into a shoe store, right? Because everybody have done it. You go into a sneaker store, right? You're trying a pair of sneakers. You put your feet in it. You're looking at it. You ain't got nobody else with you. It's just you. You feel me? Or you can have 10 people with you. Either way, it's going to be relevant. But you look at it, you looking. Now, the person that brought you the shoe, what you say to them? Yo, that joint, or you ain't even got to say nothing to them because they probably saying to you, yeah, that joint, like, they hyping you up. You don't even... You're not even certain if this is what you really want, but they hyping you up because they like
that's the purchase.
That's the purchase right there. That's
the
it.
One you need,
that's the one you need, and now you like, well, I'm not certain. I know I don't like the way when my foot look like it's bigger, but they like nah. But if you put on now, they adding something for you to now wear. Now if you put on nah, but if you wearing was you like, well, yeah, I guess I never thought about, but. Now, the reality of it is now when I leave out this fucking store, right? If I don't purchase whatever they told me that, now they gave me the illustration of what was going to look good and make me feel good because maybe they want to sell or whatever is going. So it's now like they want their reality to come true.
Right.
So now that I'm like, I'm not standing on, what did we say, 10 toes? I'm not standing 10 toes on my reality. I'm like, I now became a sucker of this bought purchase. Now I get back and they say buyer remorse. What the fuck is buyer remorse?
Yeah. Well, buyer remorse is like, all right, so when you don't stand guard into your own, I mean, like it's a couple of things, and I don't want to make anyone feel like bad for being this way. But
no,
like,
it ain't no, it is no bad. It's just the thoughts.
Check yourself with this. We make 10,000. If you wake up at 9 o'clock, you make 10,000 decisions before 1 o'clock. You know, from little things to big things, right? So, for you to call yourself indecisive or for you to call yourself a procrastinator, right? Those are things that are supremely damaging and you should fix. You know what I'm saying?
It's negative already.
But it's like with those two things being on your back, it just makes you susceptible to shit that other people aren't. You're easily sold to. You can't make a decision. Nor did you really know what the fuck you was looking for. So now it's based on someone else's experience. You can't let's think about what experience entails. It entails your point of reference, and it entails everything you've ever fucking been through. And how many people has been that close to your experience that you can trust their experience for yours? It's fool's gold. You shouldn't try to.
And how many times? So it's like
So like just buffering your own ability to make decisions and to know what you're looking for, and then to have a do it now mentality to not procrastinate so that you'll get results that you can trust. That right there cuts out a lot of bullshit, con artist shit, relationship shit that you don't even have to go through because you're like you'll have some type of armor to be able to weed certain shit out. To just be like, not even worth it.
Not worth
I'm not getting. I know what I was looking for. This is not it. You know what I'm saying? Not. Oh, well, maybe this could be. We gotta stop using potential in the wrong way.
And that's what I wanted. Like, it's crazy how everything come back to a full surface. Remember I said when they say you hope.
Yeah, you did say that earlier. Yeah.
Remember I said that because the whole purpose was because it's like, well, I'm hoping that
Hope
this
without action though
is crazy.
Silly.
So it's like if you just hoping, what else is you doing?
Well,
so do hope. So it's like it's like what you said. Like
back to those principles. One of the principles of the universe is the law of cause and effect, and this is the reason for everything. Simply, period. Chance is no such thing. People who say something about you, their probabilities, I guess, but there are variables within the probability that make certain things happen.
Right.
You know, so because of that, that is the difference. So once you understand the principles and the law of cause and effect, you know that for every effect there's a cause. You can't affect an effect with an effect. You know what I'm saying? You can't alienate a cause with an effect. You can only have causes. They lead to one another. The same way we talked about earlier, how there's no barrier between hot and cold, north and south. It's all perception, right? So it's the same general thought process of that. So anything that happens is based on a cause. Now, if you're not paying attention to it, you'll start to blur the lines of what's your fault and what's not your fault. But the ability to just take ownership and accountability, once you start thinking about it clearly, once you start saying, okay, well, I'm going to be decisive about these things. And it doesn't have to start with like 100 things, though. You know what I'm saying? You can say, yo, listen, I'm going to be decisive about the night before. I'm going to plan what I'm going to wear tomorrow, what I'm going to eat, and what I'm going to do. And at least hit those 3 things, and you'll start to see the power in it.
I about to say you about to see the power in the gain of you gain the control over
discipline in yourself. Yeah, nothing takes care of you like self-discipline, bro.
Yeah, and self-love.
Because you're gonna be like, let's be honest. Like it's like social media. It's not that it's bad, bro. Like it's good to be able to entertain yourself. It's good to be able to watch shit. It's good, but like real shit is gonna happen in your life. Like people is gonna die.
Let's
like,
talk about it.
Real shit's gonna happen. Like the loved one you really fucking love, you might fuck up and they might leave you. Your kids might disappoint you terribly. And if you're not prepared for that, that can alter your life trajectory. You're not, and there's no way to really be prepared for that.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Yo, like it's no real word to be prepared for that. But emotionally, if you just buffer yourself and you just take the time to love yourself, the way that promotes you to do better, to keep reaching, to be a better you than you was yesterday. To make sure you take care of yourself, to make sure your cup is full. If you continue to do that, when these things happen that are terrible, that just have to happen, you'll find yourself more inept to emotionally to just to be more put together than everybody else. And then you can help.
And then you can, I was saying,
and then you can
now
help.
you can, because you're overflowing at this point.
So now when it's happening, you can pick your family up. You can pick your family up. You can pick those around you up in these times of crisis. You can be that person that people go to. And if the world had more of those, you know, think about yourself in your best outlook. Like when you're feeling your best, when you're doing your best. If the world had more of those, if there was 8.2 billion of those every day, what kind of world would this be? And I know that's idealistic. Yeah. You know, like I don't want to backcourt. That's a little extreme, right? But the more the merrier is the true statement.
But no, because idealistic is more so saying like you're unrealistic. If you have an idea, it's like that's unrealistic. No, it is. It is unrealistic.
Because in order to do that, right?
No. Oh no, because I just thought about what you said. But you're right.
I said the world, right? And
you said the world.
There's people in third world countries who need so much more to get to
family.
Yeah.
My fault.
No. Like it could definitely. I honestly think it could happen for the majority of America because like we're honestly at a point where the beauty about being Americans is like it's done for you. Like
It is.
75% of the work is
It's
done for you.
you.
Like no matter even if with
It's
the
a
racist
blueprint.
shit, with it, yeah.
Blueprint
So like,
is the blueprint is
there's
the
people
stage.
in these third world countries
They
who don't
telling
have
you,
yo.
hold on, wait, let's talk about it.
Wait, we
They
can't.
telling you-
We
Oh,
can't.
we gotta go back. We gotta go. Yo, listen.
That's next week.
That's time. One thing I want to leave and say, right? I want to leave and have people think about this because I mean, I'm broke, right? I looked up. We kept talking about mirror. A lot of us, that's an easy word for us to say, understand, and hear, right? So it's like when we, like to the point you heard, if you break a mirror, seven years of bad luck, right?
Yeah, we heard that.
So it's like
definitely
that whole thing came. So it's like I be getting intrigued, right? I be like, what the fuck?
Where's that coming from?
So it's like, and I'm gonna leave you with this. It's like it came from back when the Romans and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of other places adapted and made it, added, mean a lot of different things for them. Even a lot of Japanese and Chinese, Asian
Right,
places, right? So the whole thing was, what I realized was, breaking the mirror. What people understand is it's saying that a mirror was when it was invented, like the mirror was the thing to reflect. It was a reflection of you.
Soul. Yeah,
It reflects your soul. Okay,
Yeah.
boom. That's what I was gonna go into.
Yeah.
Reflects your soul. So now this mirror reflected my soul. Now, if I damaged the whole thought, it wasn't that. It's saying that. It like, so some people will say if it drop and if it give a reflection of you, then it's you that does seven. No. The thought was, if you damage this mirror, you're damaging your soul.
Well, because like I told you, like and like I think that a lot of things were said back then, and then metaphorically.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you because we gotta get into that.
Now you got it.
No, we gotta get into this. We gotta get into that. So I'm gonna leave everybody with that. Let's just leave with that.
That's right. It's over.
We're not going. It's over.
I was about to break it down right there. You're right. I'm about to give the sauce.
I know. No. This is it. But just think about that and on everything we say with my reality.
Yeah,
now that shit,
that's big.
You feel me?
It's big.
Now that shit kind of might be different, but listen, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate you listening thus far, even if you done took a break and got right back. Either way, we appreciate you, and Brian, as always, my boot camp, Brian.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. As always, I appreciate you. And Brian, listen, let them know.
Oh,
you
man.
On Instagram?
Instagram at Brian Lion Flying. That's BRYANLIONFLYIN. It's a lot of N's.
It's a lot of N's.
I mean, and I'm just, like, listen, I don't feel like I'm above anyone on this God green earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've lost a lot. And so I got to the point where I was tired of losing. So if you at that point, you know what I'm saying, you just want somebody to talk to, bounce some ideas off of, listen, I don't judge it. You feel me? I just want everybody to feel better. And now that I'm feeling better, I can't help it. Like, it's contagious. I'm telling you. I hope you can get to this feeling where you feel like you want everybody to feel good when they walk out the house. You know what I'm saying? When they wake up in the morning. And so I took some steps, and maybe it'll work for you. Hopefully it can. And if it doesn't, maybe, we can find something together. Maybe now you just found somebody, because I'm so interested in everyone's journey, man. Like, that's why I am the dream consultant, because I just really want everybody to get to their dreams. Like, we have them since we little. And that shit, like, think about how long we be thinking about certain shit. Some of us think about certain shit for 30, 40 years, and it's like, yo, it's no end to it, man. Colonel Sanders started at 57, man. Yo, there's no end to it. Like, I guess when he started his job, like, and he was thinking about it for years before. Like, whenever you get to the point where it's a burning desire, we can make that happen. You know what I'm saying? And together, I just want that for everybody. So
that part. So definitely, yo, listen, I told y'all this is definitely my peer mentor. Like, I love bouncing ideas off of him. Like,
and I love learning from you as well. It go both ways. It's not a one-way street. Absolutely.
It's great. Like, the amount of, like, it's great. So I definitely, please hit him up. Matter of fact, this how he gonna know it's real. We're gonna challenge him. If they hit you up, they gonna say, "Facts of life."
Facts of life. Hurt. And I don't know straight from you came from the podcast.
You already know you came from the podcast.
Fred, that means you family.
Off
rip, because you took the time to.
They gonna hashtag it Facts of Life.
Facts of Life, and then that means
you can even do Facts of Life the podcast. Yeah. Either way.
Yeah.
This is what it is. But appreciate y'all. Stay tuned. We're gonna give y'all the next joint. Y'all already know what we gonna do. I love y'all. Y'all already know. Love is love. Peace.